So,
Good morning.
good morning. The show has to go on. Hello, BP, Brooke, and the Twilight Oracle, Mrs. Mabarka, Judy, and MPG, Karen, Cindy, Bridget York, Thelma Marker.
Rusty music.
You have more than I do.
No, that was at the very beginning.
Oh,
It's
okay.
already scrolled down. So it's just before Halloween. Usually Violetta dresses up for a video. And I thought for sure that when I walked in, she'd be all dressed up
No,
in her witch's hat and all the rest of the stuff that I've seen before.
And after this video, I would like to post the video about how you can do your predictions about. Actually, the St. Andrew Day is next month, but you can play Halloween tricks as well on. So I will link you to my old video. How to do DIY, how to do it yourself, psychic predictions. I did that 4 years ago. My husband helped me. Gosh, I was fighting with him one day before to help me. And he said, no, I'm not going to. Eventually, he went for it.
And the thing with Violetta's telephone, the screen is completely dead. She cannot get into any information whatsoever on that phone. It is completely gone.
I put that damn thing in the metal box. I put in the gazebo. Richard went to the gazebo and he said, there's some sound there.
He's got good ears.
Every 5 minutes, that damn telephone was making sound.
An alarm.
Alarm to wake me up every 5 minutes. So I had to stop.
But it would not go off. It doesn't go off. And it just keeps on going. And so I said I'd take it to my house so that it could go off there. I mean, I could have it in.
I put this in the gazebo and he's coming in the evening. He went with the dog and there is some weird sound.
Yeah.
I said, it's under in the box. I put it. And funny thing, my son yesterday put me on the alarm. And on this phone to wake me up. And the alarm is like, my husband woke up today and he said, what's that sound? I said, oh, that's my new alarm. Can you imagine if I will have that alarm on that old phone and we were walking through the mall?
Yeah, yesterday we went and got our phone.
And and it will go every 5 minutes on its own, and I had to stop it, and they will probably be looking at me. At least it was normal sound. That's for entertainment only. Sorry to. But now
she has two phones as back. One phone that she's using, the old one and that she had even before.
Both I had before.
Yeah, but the one that you were not using. Yeah. And then now you have a new Samsung as well. And everything is on both of them. But I know that she's missed in the comments, and particularly those who regularly text her. Please text her again so that it registers on her new phone, because those are lost, the phone numbers.
Already Beverly texts me and Brooks texts me.
So that part's done.
Beverly couldn't watch YouTube today because her YouTube is gone. Her internet is gone. They had such a bad weather in Texas.
Wow.
Life is unpredictable.
Well, BP is asking Violetta and Cheryl, any spooky stories you can share are a real life haunting? Have you had anything happen at the store at all?
Oh, yes. Okay. Before we purchased our store, we went on the auction and there was a really nice antique cuckoo clock.
The one that you have at the front of the store? Okay.
Yeah, and it's not for sale.
Yeah, I've heard this story, yeah.
And so it was 3 months before we purchased the store. And my husband was leaving for a moment and he said, you bet on that clock if it will be now. So I'm betting. I paid a little bit more than, but he said to buy it, so I bought. And when they were selling that store, they said that it was in Gates family. And we have
Gates is a famous family here.
In Red Deer. He
Yeah.
was
Reverend Gates.
Reverend. And I didn't know that time that our store is on the same place that his house was on.
Mm-hmm.
And a few months, a while later, I have a young lady for a reading, and she asked me, "Do you have any ghosts here?" I said, "No, I never experienced that." So I'm doing a reading for her, and that clock that was never making any sounds started making brrr, brrr, brrr. The string, I thought, well, I said, well, I guess I have that ghost. That must be ghost family, Reverend Gates family, or his ghost. So I put the sign, not for sale, for protection of my store only. Believe it or not, I think. And then I was doing reading for her, and I said, who is that young looking girl behind you in very old-fashioned dress that she looks like you? And she said, is she with me? I have goosebumps now. It was her grandmother. And she said, I have the picture of her when she was young, and she looks exactly like that. So two things, one for confirmation that grandma show up, but the clock, I'm always thinking that's for my protection.
Good story.
Yeah. So that's my story. And over here, now I knew about this place before we purchased, but it's not a ghost story. It's just, and first night I had the dream that the native man hung himself outside.
And did you clear it?
I did, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that he is for my protection too. I'm not feeling against anything. So I'm feeling good.
And I have lots of protection around me. The one story that I haven't told on this was my mom had given me a tea trolley, and I had it in a little nook in another place where I lived. And it was by the end where you go down the stairs and there's a partial wall. And I had 3 statues. They're almost like puppets. They were made in Thailand. Oh, yeah. And one was very, very large, and it was the father, and then the mother, and then the small cat, and they were all cats. And I was sitting there on a chair that I had.
And she loves cats.
Yeah, I was sitting on a chair that was from my mom, and I was reading a book. And there's a glass top on that little table. I mean, it's fairly wide. I mean, it's the width of a tea trolley. There's no breeze. There's no fans. There's nothing.
And it broke.
No. What happened is the middle one, the mother one in the middle, it was hit. It jumped over the table and landed on the floor, making sure not to touch. It didn't go forward. It didn't fall backwards. It jumped. And it was, the back was to me so that you could see it when you came up the stairs. But it went hard. But my mom knocks things down to let me know that she's there. She does little things always.
No, my mom doesn't do that.
I had told her before she passed, and I said, you can do this. And she said, I don't know if I can, because she didn't quite have my beliefs. And she did. Right away, she started being able to communicate with me.
At the end of the video, we will have to find the winner of the free reading. I forgot.
From Sunday's video.
Sunday. Usually I'm doing this on Sunday, so I don't want to neglect that.
So Twilight Oracle is asking, is anyone experiencing time shifts or loss of time?
We all do.
If so, why?
We all do. I'm always feeling that the time is stolen from me now. When I'm older, I don't have any free time. So I do that non-stop. I think, my gosh, we still have half an hour sometimes or 15 minutes because she's coming 15 minutes before. And it's already...
Well, we talk. Yeah, we kind of lose time talking.
That's what I'm saying. It's losing time. But please write your comments if you have experienced ghosts or that. Okay.
So that's your final answer. Okay.
Yeah.
Group 66. She's saying,
Oh, Group 66. Please send me email with your phone number. We would like to contact you.
so she says, I almost missed the live. We went from summertime to wintertime.
We are not yet. No, we next week or 2 weeks from
Oh,
now.
we're doing daylight saving time on the 5th of November, where we
Okay.
change. We go 1 hour back, which means the show will be essentially, if you don't have daylight saving time, it'll be at 1 hour later for you.
So please check on your Google, Alberta or Red Deer or Mountain Time. Thank you,
Oh, thank-
Catherine Rodier. Thank you so much.
And there's a lovely comment from Lori Sue Craig and Klamath. Not a question, but a comment. I, as do we all, continue to appreciate the friendship the two of you share. It belies the mutual respect and admiration. It's truly lovely to observe. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It truly is a beautiful friendship.
It is,
We want the best for each other, always.
and I feel sometimes lost when I'm calling.
Yeah, she calls me often. That's okay. I only live 4 blocks away.
We are like meant to be together, kind of.
Well, you said, yeah. I mean, we've already had past lives, and
Yeah.
we were twins, but
Twins and cousins, and now best friends.
yeah, kind of a change. Me Music 247 is asking,
I hope we are not going to be married in one life.
I'm not coming back.
I'm feeling that way, but who knows?
No, I had a lovely reading by a close friend who died a couple of years ago. And she says, I used to see you coming back maybe 2 or 3 more times. And she says, I no longer see that. She says, you've done so much spiritual work this lifetime. You have no need to. You'll help from the other side.
I see
So
myself,
I'm counting on that.
I see myself as a young girl learning how to operate the computers and everything.
You'll be an expert.
Yeah.
Next lifetime.
Next lifetime I have to be.
So Me Music 247 is
And
asking.
I will love it.
Yes, you will, because you chose it. What's the future of Estonia country next 20 to 30 years?
Okay. Estonia is one of the small countries that are on the border close to Poland and between Poland and Russia, kind of. It's not with us backing, but they are with Finland, I believe. 3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
And they belong to ONZ. So they are independent from Russia. But that was part of the Russia before. What I see. Going in the circle, so that's a good one. It's like I don't see any drama when you are walking in a circle. Sometimes we are going crazy when we're walking in a circle, but that's not a bad thing. Like the kids loves to play in a circle, holding hands. There will be some struggles, and they will feel that they have 8 of Swords to protect themselves, but they will feel vulnerable. Putin. And they will need a healer to help them to achieve what they want. Estonia has...
Now, going around in circles, is that because Putin is no longer around trying to unite whole of the USSR?
It's, when you are in a small place, you can't go too far away.
Mm-hmm.
But going in the circle, I think
it's protection.
Protection. You don't feel bad. Thank you, Kathy McLaughlin. Thank you. So it's not too bad about that. I have some openings for Wednesday and Thursday. So if someone would like to come for readings, please do that. If you have personal questions.
Ella Hess is asking.
Thank you, Group 66. Thank you.
Ella Hess is asking, how long do you see Speaker Mike Johnson lasting? This is frightening. And he got in because people didn't know his past on how he was the architect of the
Oh, he was protecting Trump.
He was protecting Trump, so he's really a mega, but he was interfering in the, what is it called? Where they all go in December for the votes. What's it called again?
They were voting again when Trump was going for impeachment. He was his protector.
Yeah, but there was, what does the United States have that's really crazy, where it has a certain group of people, which is in Georgia, I forget the name of it called, where they go and they vote in that.
Oh, those fake.
Yeah, but they voted in December to approve it, but he tried to change that. Could you help us out, please? You know what it's called? They're hopefully getting rid of it. Electoral college.
Oh, okay.
He was the architect for the electoral college not to accept the vote.
And he is a lawyer.
Mm.
And
So how long will he last?
3 cards. You know the time is.
I know. I hope it's soon. 1. I hope. 2, 3.
So some lightning will hit him. I saw him as a lighthouse.
Mm-hmm.
Usually the lighthouses was surviving so much. They were built in that odd places but the only thing that they can destroy them, it was the lightning. That they can
So there's still a chance.
There's still a chance that he might get hit by the lightning. I don't think that Republicans will be voting him out because he's doing what they want him to do. So I don't see that. It might be some heart attack or something like that he will be taken out. And I said, if he will leave, there will be a mess because those ships on the ocean will lose the light. So he is needed for them. Oh, Death card. This situation, it might be some experience like.
Well, more information about his past is coming out.
Maybe will educate, and the decision that he is making might go against him. He is against Ukraine.
But he's very, very MAGA, and I can't understand.
Very Trump.
But I can't understand why, if there are 18 to 20 senators who are in there because they were voted in and they're Republican, but that those areas voted Biden. How will they end up winning re-election if they keep on backing
this guy,
backing Johnson? I think they would be worried. And there was also speculation from the comments, etc., that if he ever is taken out early, there will be such chaos that maybe they'd have to put in
Jeffrey hacking.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I'm always hearing King.
Group 60.
I don't know if that will ever happen. Not unless they will take few Republicans out of the.
But they need those for the votes in order to maybe be reelected.
So they don't want to get rid of Santos. If they will take few, Santos and someone else will.
But George Santos, he's up for his trial date has been set for September of next year, and they're having a vote on him. It's this week, I think. They're having a vote on whether to take him out of Congress.
Apparently, they have 3/4 of the votes, and they can do that. They can remove him.
But will they? I mean, it'll open up a seat. 1, 2, 3.
Can't believe it, what I'm seeing.
Oh, I hope it's clean.
It is clean. We had one of those seats a long time ago. They have chair.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a chair, but you put the top. And
yes, one of those little toilets.
Mm-hmm. So it's like a king chair. King sit on the throne and doing his business. And that's what he is. So he's sitting on that throne. You didn't get that joke. So he's sitting on that. It's still a throne. And
a throne with a hole in the middle.
Yeah. Eventually the woman will take some place someone decent, and they will negotiate. I don't see him being kicked out yet.
Well, they want his vote
Yeah, that's what it is.
because
It's negotiation.
he's in New York area, and the person that would replace him would normally be a Democrat.
And that's what they are afraid of.
Yeah,
So there is not about.
it's not about the people.
No, and it's not about the good values. It's all about being savvy about how they can survive.
Group 66 is asking, will food prices go up again because of the war now between Israel and Palestine?
3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
And there will be more strikes, more aggressiveness all over the Europe, all over the world, actually related to that. People will be on one side, on another side, and both sides are victims. There are no winners. I was reading comment yesterday from David under the comment section, and he said he has a big nose, he's older guy, and he's afraid of going outside. He lives in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
And the hate now towards Jewish people is unfair because they are just victims. They don't do anything to accelerate the war, or at the same time they have to write letters to the country and put a lid on Bibi, because he is acting like he has a BB gun and running everywhere with it.
I still wait for him to be taken out of his position.
What was the question? I'm answering.
Food prices.
Food prices, the struggle, everything will be in open, yes, and people will be worried about the prices. Everything is so reconnected. Ukrainian war is causing problems with the food prices. Everything will be more expensive, and USA ship was attacked 28 times.
Oh,
yeah. So this is accelerating, and I said I see 8 countries, first 3, then 5, and then eventually 8. But who knows if the number is not growing, being involved in that conflict.
In the settlement of the conflict?
In the conflict. Look what's happened yesterday in Russia. The Protestants went to airport. That's unheard of in Russia.
Mm-hmm.
And they were Muslim, and they attacked the plane from Israel. And I thought, oh my gosh, I had a girl who was flying always to Israel. Lalka, we call her. Beautiful Polish girl, but she knew the Jewish language, Hebrew language. And if she will be on a plane, she's not Jewish, but she learned that language, so she was making very good trips and good money. That was 70s. But I'm feeling sorry for everyone who is on that plane, and they are not the ones who have any control over it. And then I know one lady was trying to work in Germany, and now I think, oh God, that she didn't get that job.
Mm-hmm.
Because she will be teaching there.
Dottie Boitcher is asking, happy Halloween, girls and friends.
She asked me, do you have a Halloween costume? I said, well, I'm the witch all the time. Why would I need a costume?
She's not. We're having our first frost here in Chicago. Our first frost warning. We never had any frost at all. We just went to frozen.
Frozen and scrubbing and the big snow.
Violetta, what's your vision for the upcoming winter?
In Chicago?
Yes.
For sure it will be windy. 3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
I see a lot of icicles. So there will be a snow and then it will be melting and icicles will be hanging from the roofs. Make sure when you are walking on the streets, check if the icicle are not hanging there. A few streets from me and from my husband, because we were neighbors, not knowingly, closer to his street. Woman was going from the groceries and the icicle hit her in the head and killed her.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a knife coming few stories. So always make sure that you are not walking under those icicles. But I see the icicles symbol of snow and then melting. Most of the time you will be secure. It will be coming after one another, and then everything will be on a safe side. On and off. Winter.
But you know how to use the snowblower now.
I do.
So that is a good
She
thing.
showed me last year, and this year I was using.
Sydney Powell now
My
says,
husband was at work and I had fun.
oh, we had a lot of snow to go through. We were chopping like crazy.
Oh,
It was built up.
and my wonderful neighbor, he moved out.
And he used to do that.
Both of them. And he was always.
But you don't know whether you're going to have
I
a
don't know
really,
who
really
is
nice
the-
neighbor who will help you out.
No, but it took us 25 years of relationship with those neighbors. We went for a nice lunch on Sunday, last Sunday, and yesterday, Saturday, she came to visit me with her girlfriend at the store. So, we are still good friends.
Now, going on to Sydney Powell, she now says that she was extorted in pleading guilty in the Georgia case.
Who's because
Sydney Powell,
yeah, and
that there was election interference and her role in it. Now she claims on social media that the election lies were, like, she's still claiming the election lies, that it was not stolen. And so there's a question here, was Anaya, if I may have pronounced that wrong, ANIA, Hampton.
mhm.
What is the future for Sydney Powell? Will her charges be reinstated?
Okay, and if you can find that one, MBG. 3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
Whoever was walking on the seaside in the morning, and there was a little bit of storm or more water coming, and then you will find that there are dead fishes on the seaside,
Mhm.
and they smell. You are coming and you can smell them. She's like that dead fish, making a lot of smell, not useful, not practical. Well, I think she's trying to pretend that she's crazy,
Will it work?
because she was working there. She fulfilled her dreams, and she is still in love with Trump. She still feels that he will protect her, and she's afraid of people who are against her. Would that work? What would that work?
1, 2,
Playing crazy person?
3.
No, they wouldn't really take her. They will celebrate. She will try it again to pretend, no, that was not me who posted those comments. She would like to go back, on and off. But everyone was calling her crazy lady at the beginning.
She is crazy.
So they should marry her with Giuliani and put them together in one prison cell. That will save some money for the government to keep them isolated, and then they will kill each other, and it will be great. I'm bad.
MGB, I've gone over all the questions, like at the beginning, etc. The only thing, you had to have been on there as a question because BP says hi, MBG. But the only response I have on here is MBG, blessings, love, and light to everyone. there is no question posted.
So if you can repost the question, please, MBG. And someone is asking me about moon landing, Me Music 247, and I answered that long time ago.
You go over to the timestamps, and she talked
But
extensively
no,
about
before the timestamps.
it. Okay.
And I answered this, that I can't imagine that in that many years ago, 50 years ago, they were capable of doing something that they can't mimic anymore. That's not logical. So, and then I was seeing some movies that they were recording this. So I know it's not popular subject to be against, but logically, and I was always doubting that.
Kathy McLaughlin is talking about the House voting on censuring and expulsion and about expelling Santos. Violetta just answered that a little bit ago.
Moment, if you please go to the beginning, yes. I don't think they will have enough support to kick him out.
And it's nice, when like Lori Sue is answering in response to Johnson in his past life, or his past, will come up to get him, and her visions, etc., what she thinks. It's nice to have those comments that come back, because then you're really engaged. And also Group 66 puts out the reminder to please like, and we ask that you share. If we're on live, please share the live feed, so that somebody else can join us that maybe doesn't know about it. But the comments help, the donations help, anything that helps the algorithm, because a lot of time is spent on these videos. You spend a tremendous amount of time on it. I know my time that I spend.
I have to know how to answer. So every time we have live, it's like going on the exam. I'm telling my husband, tomorrow I have exam.
And she loves it when I ask questions that she doesn't know about.
Well, I like the challenge. I feel like a kid who don't know what he's doing, and because that was what my mom was doing to me. I was detective, how that will end it, and I felt good. That the same energy is still with me. It's like,
how's your energy right now?
Well, now it's good, but in the morning
when I came, her
said,
energy was very, very low, and I says, well, just wait until you start doing readings, and then it'll come up. So I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, I told you, when I'm doing readings, the energy is back to me. But
Joanne Cooks, I think it is, Kucks. What does Trump see when he looks in the mirror?
I think I answered that
Did
one.
you? What does Biden see?
Biden, because Trump is in love with himself.
Oh, he looks in the, whether I'm white, whether I'm yellow,
No.
or whether I'm red.
Now he don't need to look at the mirror. He has the guy in Australia, the multi-billionaire.
Oh, yes, who's taking his place, the redhead.
Yeah, and he can look at him and tell him all the secrets, and he thinks he's talking to himself. Okay, so
what does Biden see in the mirror?
He don't know how to be critical about himself.
He loves himself.
Yeah, and what is Biden thinking?
What does Biden see when he looks in the mirror?
Yeah, the same thinking. See.
1, 2, 3.
Well, he is objective. He knows that he has wrinkles, he has gray hair, and he's telling himself, Joe, you can do it. So he is still giving himself encouragement that he can do it. He's going back to his memories, like when he was much younger. He wished to be younger. We all do. And he thinks all the time how he will negotiate something, and he has so many plans. He is not that focused on himself.
Yeah, which is good. With everything that is going on in the world, and then also with Hunter Biden, how is his health? I mean, he's got a tremendous load on him.
3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
He feels like plane from the Second War landing, and small plane going down. So he knows his health is going down. It's he's old, not young.
Well, I give presentations on ageism, so
You are different.
I disagree on those.
He
some
is
things.
just focusing how well he will do the job. He wants to still go to the top, and he's reading everything. He doesn't have time to digest everything.
Nobody does, though. I mean, there's a tremendous
he is
amount
not
there.
paying attention. I think Jill is paying more attention about his health than he's paying about himself. But I see old-fashioned from the Second War plane landing on the ground. So
Well, what I find is that when the
and
talk
it's like,
is
so his health is not.
the talk is about all these old leaders, and we want to replace with the younger ones.
Mhm.
But the part of it that is not talked about is the diplomacy. What Biden knows when he's dealing with the old leaders of Xi and Putin and Kim Jong-un, he knows how they play their game. The young ones don't always know that, and they can become ensnared in that. So until a lot of these older leaders are gone, then the change would be a lot easier with the new ideas.
When we are getting older, we are more mature. We know more.
Mm-hmm. He comes with such knowledge, and again, as a Canadian, I'm very, very grateful that he's in there, that you voted him in, and I hope that you do it again. And again, I wear my poppy because it's November. We honor our fallen veterans. I should have
bought when we were in the mall, and somehow my mind was somewhere else.
My father died of war wounds when I was 13. But it's a reminder that people who are in these wars fighting for democracy, they're very, very special people.
Yeah. Well, everyone in Poland lost someone in the family. I lost my grandfather from my father's side during the war. My grandmother was not able to get medical help and she died. She was only 33. My father's father was about 45, so very young man.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the rest of the family somehow survived, but my grandfather survived Auschwitz. And he was very friendly with Jewish people, even we are not Jewish. And my husband has 1%. I'm just laughing at him. There was someone here asking about...
You're going way down?
I don't know. It was a few...
And what was it about?
About how do you know you have psychic abilities?
Oh, you already answered that. So just quickly read.
I will say, at the beginning, you are questioning yourself. And whenever you are giving prediction, you can't be 100% sure. It's just when it's coming, you believe in yourself. And it was like my mom was believing kind of, it was entertainment for her. Her and her neighbors or girlfriends were sitting and she would ask me questions and I didn't know how I was doing this, but I wanted to answer this would first come to my mind, and eventually I was correct, and that was surprised to me. And when my kids were teenagers and they were hiding stuff from me, I was able to figure out. With Leszek was 1 week behind. With Roman was few hours sometimes before it will happen. And he wouldn't know that he was going to that place. And I would tell him, and I said, if you will go to Black Folds, and I'm hugging him and I ask him, where are you going? I don't know. 16-year-old, they don't know. And he has a car. So he was driving others. I said, well, if you will be in the Black Folds, full moon, trees and field, watch yourself, you will be in trouble. And he said, I don't know, Mom. And my husband is looking at me, are you cuckoo? And he just left. And then his friends asked him to go to Black Folds. And he never was going there. And it was a bush party. So he's sitting and he said, yes, there is a river, moon, trees, and it's on a field. So he was very cautious. He was drinking this 7-Up or Coke and waiting for something to happen. I said, you will be in trouble. So around 2 o'clock, police came in and surrounded them. Most of his friends were drinking, and he wasn't. So that was big plus. And the police surrounded them. He's driving out, and he said, you can check me out. I didn't drink. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm just taking the girls home. And the policeman said, no, you will pay $50 ticket. He was 16, so it was many years ago, 18 years ago. And so he had to pay $50 ticket. But his friends, they lost the cars because they lost the driving license for 2 years because they were underage, and in Canada you can have driving license, but it's giving to you on condition. If you do something stupid, they will take until you are 18 and you have to pass again. So he was very lucky. His friends asked him, how did you know? My mom told me, but So that was proof. And many times with him, I was like connecting. And another thing, your kids can disconnect yourself from you. You might feel that they don't let you to have access to them. And that could happen as well. Sometimes you can't really reach them because they don't want you to know. With the older one, I was 1 week behind because he was born about 10 days later than he should. Roman was born before time. So I hope I answer your question.
Malval had asked the question, will 45 be convicted while he is running for president? He already is convicted in Georgia. And it doesn't disqualify him from running. He can even be in jail and still be a president.
But in Colorado, now they are debating if he can take a part of being...
There was something about New Hampshire and Biden's name on the ballot. I can't remember what that was about, that people would have to write it in. Anyways.
Yeah, and there is the new guy fighting with Biden. And I talk about him on the last video, so I'm not going to talk about him.
Now, Shiva Xavier is asking, what is Bill Barr doing nowadays? What's his future like? Will he be charged with anything?
Bill Barr?
Yeah, because he dropped out of the scene after he told Trump that he had lost the election. And that he knew what Trump was planning in the future, so he wanted to get out of the White House.
And Trump is calling him fat pig.
Yeah, well, that should create some problems for him. But also, with Bill Barr telling him, you lost the election, there's no proof that there's anything. And he says it repeatedly over and over and over again on his interviews. And then Trump has the defense, well, I wasn't ever told that. I didn't believe that. I don't know that.
But
the lawyer's fault.
He knew. And
he knew full well.
Barr was the most important lawyer that time in the country, and he should listen to him, but he didn't want to because.
So what is Barr doing nowadays, and what's his future like? Will he be charged with anything?
3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
Maybe some of you remember when I saw a basement in a prison, and Barr is opening the door, and a lot of garbage is coming out. Mm-hmm. And the door was like upside down door.
Yeah, I remember that.
The bars were upside down, and I think it was the artist or someone else who mentioned that this is upside down door that I have seen. So now it's time for Barr to open that door and put the garbage on Trump. And it's opening the door for the prison. So Barr will be the controller, how to open the door.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of my next question.
I know, it's scary. And surprises, he will be a star. Now he would like to show the love for the country that he has.
So he
Kill me.
no. So he will be testifying for the Georgia case and January 6th.
3 cards.
Okay, first of all, the
January,
Georgia case.
Okay, Georgia.
1, 2, 3, because that's the first one coming up.
I don't know if he will be the main over there, the main witness, but they might have his testimony even written, but not as bright as the one case in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
But by Smith, it will be more important, and Smith will take him. Yeah, part-time. So it's not the full, but he still will be a leader, and they will be leaning on his testimony.
Now, Pence has dropped out of the presidential race, so now he's free to accept the subpoena and testify. You had said that he would be telling the truth on the stand.
He will be. He don't want to lie.
So will he be a main person to bury Trump about the election and what Trump had wanted done? Like even in Georgia, and again, the January 6th, the insurrection.
3 cards.
1, 2, 3.
It's like someone who is standing in the door and don't know if he will come in or not, and the door can slam him. I don't see him being brave to go forward too far. He is not that brave guy to go openly like Chris Christie. Mm-hmm. he is open. Mike Pence would like to.
He still wants to be loved by who?
And he's hated by Trump's supporters, but he still don't know what he wants. He is wishy-washy.
We still laugh when we think of Pence and he's at that meeting with Trump, and Trump has his little container of water and he puts it on the floor, and Pence looks at him and then puts his on the floor too. Oh, what a puppet.
That he was a puppet. And yeah, he might take some chances, but he still wants to remember the good time that he had being vice president and that he did a good job. He will try to good. Thank you, Erdis, so much. Thank you. He would like to do as good job as he can be.
Now, with the January 6th, all those videos, McCarthy handed them over to Fox. But yeah. Fox doesn't want a lawsuit. Is anybody going to access any of that stuff and use it for purposes against in the next election in some way, or to protect Trump in some way? Because they're not supposed to be touching it, but McCarthy should never have handed it over.
No.
1, 2, 3.
Maybe because artist has that ninja, I think Ninja Turtles, something will come out that they will have inside information. They will be, because those Ninja Turtles that they were doing the in Georgia.
For the election, yeah.
For the election. So something will be going through every paper, and there will be, some men will be dedicated that. The secrets will come, and it's not an easy journey. So it will be still tough for Trump to get away from those informations. And every information can be read both ways.
Now,
pro-Trump and against Trump.
Now, Johnson, mm-hmm. Mike Johnson, he's going to now have access to all the secrets, like all the intel and everything like mm-hmm. that. Will he use that to help the Republican Party somehow for the next election? Because he is a puppet, so what would he end up doing with it? 1, 2, 3.
Well, he will be going through the swamp and going with his head under the water, and it's a swamp, it's mm-hmm. mushy, and he will say, I have something for you guys. So dirty stuff, dirty.
So he's going to expose intel.
But it will be nothing good. It will be trying to save something from the ground. It's like looking for the gun in the swamp. Those guys are walking, digging and swimming. There's not much to swim. It's just that they have to go on the knees and hands with the uniforms and then finding something. So he thinks he will find some surprises and to open the world for it. And it will be more struggle than even before. So more stress, more confrontations. And someone as well for that question, if you know that you are psychic, you will question yourself. You will question yourself at the beginning so many times. And it was my kids who actually believed more in me than I was believing in myself. Because that was Leszek's decision to put me on the YouTube. And then Roman was once in the hospital. And I knew that he's going to the hospital. And the second time he was in the hospital, I wasn't there. And he said, I'm waiting for you. I have a stomach flu and you are not here. I said, I was busy at work and you didn't phone me that you are in the hospital. But I thought that you will know. So they trusted more of my abilities that I was even giving myself a credit for.
I remember I was in my early 30s when I heard a voice about my mom. Because I told you that before. I was laying on my bed and my mom she didn't live in the same city as me, and she was having strokes and many strokes. Oh. And she would always phone me up, and then I would pack up my kids and head down, but they were school age. And so I was laying on my bed one time, crying and crying. That's when I seem to get to my mom always, is when I cry. And
but you had to have reason to cry.
Yeah, but it's always about my mom back then. And so I was crying on my bed because how was I going to be able to handle this? And a voice came to me, clear as can be, and it told me that my mom was fine. She'll go on her own time, and I was no longer to worry about it. She lived for another 30 years. But but when you hear it, it is so true. It is so filled with love, and it's so true.
Of mind.
Yeah, and I never cried again about her until after she passed.
The peace of mind is so important. And we better will look now for the winner. Oh, you have more?
Oh, I just wanted to mention this. If you remember, I talked about Robert Schwartz, and he wrote the books Your Soul's Plan and Your Soul's Gift. He's amazing. And you can go to his website and get his information as well on YouTube. But he gives, once a month, he gives actually where you can join in. You can even ask him questions. But Robert Schwartz released a recent video titled A Message of Hope on the Middle East, which he says applies equally to Ukraine and anywhere else in the world where war is taking place. He talks about the ascension process that the earth is in, raising its vibrational frequency, moving from the third density of ego and fear-based to the fourth density of knowing yourself and your role in service to self and to others, then to the fifth density of unconditional love and unity of all. So essentially, we are going home without leaving our physical bodies. Ascension is caused by light from source flooding the planet, bringing the surface conscious awareness that everything unlike itself of the lower vibration is happening. It's all coming to the surface. Trump is coming to the surface. Putin is coming to the surface. All the people who are in governments, and they're not the best people, they're all coming to the surface. But that's awareness that we have now consciously when it comes to the surface. And it says, so collectively, the entire human race and individuality in each person's life, where they are consciously aware of it, the subconscious level is moving into the conscious level for purification and release of the lower vibrational energies. And he talks about the light that is coming from source that is raising this vibration, which is why the opposite, remember, you have to have that yin and yang, or as Dolores Cannon always says, the light and the dark. You have to have both sides in order to change. And every step we go, we change. So our vibrations on the planet are being risen. So anyways, it's Robert Schwartz, and it's titled A Message of Hope on the Middle East. It's really good, and he's really good.
Take a look at that one. I would like to post the one about DIU, do it yourself, and psychic ability, to psychic predictions. And it's for fun.
And you're going into Sunday's video. And everyone who commented on Sunday's video, because this is all and please be reminded, this is for entertainment purpose only, this channel. So everyone who commented on Sunday, how many?
I have 142. I know I didn't answer, make aware anyone that is
That it was coming Sunday instead of Saturday. But if you have your
people know that usually they can still have that ability to do the lottery, because I was talking
because it's the
about this
weekend
on
one.
Wednesday.
But remember to ring the bell for notifications. So she goes back and forth scrolling and finding the winner of who's going to receive the free half-hour reading by her. And it's donated by Janet and Tom Burke. And you're starting to run out of them, so there's not going to be very many left.
Yeah.
And this person, when they're drawing, if they could contact Violetta to give the phone number, and she'll connect with you.
So send me email at psychicvioletta@outlook.com. And please tell me.
The winner will be posted on Sunday's video.
Please tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Oops. No,
Oops.
I lost it. No, come on, go back. And I'm not looking, and now you can
stop.
Martha, KM.
Martha.
One of. Okay, and I'm pinning a pin. Okay. It's now the first one. So Martha, please send me your phone number. Violetta, sometimes you can try turning off your phone. Wait a minute, then.
This is about the phone problem. It's completely gone. The screen is gone.
I couldn't do anything. I tried that trick and it was working before, but never this time.
And she continues and says, "Thank you, Violetta. You look beautiful as always. That color looks great on you."
Thank you so much.
So it's Martha KM10F.
Yeah. So she posted this 7 hours ago. Thank you so much. And please contact with me, so I will call you and we will decide when the reading will take place.
And Rick and Sandy Wilhout are asking for prayers.
Oh.
They're asking for prayers for a friend, Debbie, who has cancer on the foot.
On the foot.
And dialysis, she has to amputate the foot. So prayers for her.
And we want to pray for anyone who is suffering with any illness, and for children who are in vulnerable situation, if it's illness or war or some struggle between parents, that they will be protected. And everyone who is fighting something that is above their abilities to fight, it's something that they don't have power to fight with. And I want to pray for peace on the world, that America will not be pulled, because then all the countries will be pulled after her. And we want the peace to be achieved without any more countries being involved, and that people will be trying to be justifying both sides, to be able to see how the other side is feeling. Not only my eye, I lost my eye, and you have to lose your life. No, you have to think what is right.
So thank you again, and we'll be on the live again on Wednesday at 11 o'clock Alberta Mountain Time.
Yeah. And
please do invite your friends to join us, because again, that helps the channel build. Mm-hmm. But it also, the shares are counted in the algorithm, everything is needed.
Everything is needed. So pamper my YouTube channel.
And even if you stay on for the ads, to listen to the ads, that helps, because she gets a little residual from that.
But be as you want to be. Just enjoy yourself and watch my video.
And happy Halloween.
Yes, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Have enough candies because the weather is not bad, especially in our place. So there will be a lot of kids coming because sometimes we have -40s and you end up with all the candies.
Yeah. And then you eat them all. Yeah, not a good time.
No.
Anyways, thank you, and we'll see you Wednesday.
And I can do that.
Yes.
Take care of yourself and be protected. All the best energy to everyone. Thank you. Bye-bye.
And yes, Violetta does accept gifts.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
There's always ways to thank, and we do appreciate it. And I know, artist, you are a regular.
Thank
So
you
thank
so
you
much.
so much.
Thank you.